and welcome to Passport Adventures, where each week I'll be your tour guide as we explore countries of the world from the comforts of home. We've been to a lot of places, haven't we? We have explored countries on the continents of North America and South America and Europe and Asia and Africa and Australia. And today there's one more place I want to go. And spoiler alert, it's in the United States. So where are we headed this week? We're headed to the most recent, the 50th state of the United States, Hawaii. Oh, it may be part of the United States, but it's still a really long flight, 14 and a half hours long. Hope you packed some snacks. Let's go. It looks like we landed in the capital city, Honolulu, on the island of Oahu. Wait, you're probably thinking, you said we were going to Hawaii and we're in Oahu? Well, you see, Hawaii is actually a chain of islands. One of them, the biggest one, is actually named Hawaii. There are 132 islands in all, but only 8 that people live on. Let's look at how these islands came to be. Millions of years ago, hot spots on the ocean floor of the Pacific Ocean began to erupt, shooting hot lava into the water. This lava would cool and form cone-shaped mounds under the water. Now, more and more lava would keep coming up and making bigger and taller mounds until eventually they started to form over the surface of the water. That's how we got the islands of Kauai, Oahu, Molokai, Lanai, Maui, Kahului, Hawaii, and Nihao. Nihao is actually a private island owned by a family whose last name is Robinson. And if you want to visit, you have to actually be invited there by one of the Robinson family or by one of the about 100 natives who live there. You don't see a lot of buildings or anything, do you? That's because there's no cars, no stores, no internet, no electricity, not even indoor plumbing. The people who live there live off the natural resources of the land. And you know what? All those ocean floor volcanoes and stuff, they're not done doing their work. No, this volcano, Kilauea, on the island of Hawaii, has been erupting since 1983. It's still going strong. But don't worry, the scientists and other professionals are making sure everybody is staying safe. Now, all these cool volcanoes with lava coming out make for some really interesting beach sand. Sometimes it's pure white, sometimes it's gold, or green, or even red, or black. Now, it's not all sand and beaches in Hawaii, no. Besides cities, there are towns and neighborhoods, and a lot of farmland too. They grow things like coffee, that's what they're growing here. They grow cotton. They grow cacao, which if you remember makes chocolate. They grow vanilla and pineapples. Look how pineapples grow up out of the ground, so cool. And macadamia nuts. Coconut palm trees are all over the island. Did you know you can mail a coconut from Hawaii? You can. All you have to do is clean off all the hair and stuff on the outside. Then you have to label it with the address where you want it to go. But you can decorate it any way you want, throw it in a mailbox, and they'll mail it anywhere in the world. Very cool. Now, temperatures in Hawaii very rarely go below the 70s or above, so it makes an ideal place for wildlife, you'd think. But remember, it was formed out of a chain of hotspots in the middle of the ocean, so not many mammals could migrate there. There are only 2 mammals that are actually native to the islands. Oh, look at him. He's I hate to say he's cute, but if you see the hand that's holding him, he is awful tiny. That's the hoary bat and the monk seal. Birds like the honey dipper have found a way to migrate to the islands. So cute. And the national bird of Hawaii is the Hawaiian goose, which is also called the nene. All right, we've seen the land and some buildings. Now it's time to meet some people. Now, if we want to say hi to these kids, we can just say hi because English is their native language, just like it's the native language of all the states of the United States. But in Hawaii, they actually have a special word that they say. They say aloha. It's a way of greeting. So they say aloha for hello. They also use it for goodbye. It can also mean I love you. So you really can't go wrong saying aloha. These children might have traditional names like Kai or Leilani. And if we asked them what they do for fun, no doubt they would tell us surfing. Boy, did they start young. Surfing was invented in Hawaii in the year 400. They have to start young because they need to get really good to catch those super big waves. Another thing they do for fun is this game called ulumeka, which is tossing stones between 2 posts. The object is to get your stone through the 2 posts and further than your opponent's. There's one-legged wrestling and a game of Hawaiian checkers called konahi. The children also enjoy spending time practicing traditional Hawaiian arts, like playing the ukulele and performing the storytelling dance called the hula. And just like you, they enjoy hanging out with their friends. If we ask them about special days, they'd probably tell us we just missed Lay Day. Lay Day is on May 1st, and here in the continental USA, we call that May Day. On Lay Day, people craft strings of flowers, fruits, leaves, and vines. There's a best in show contest, and the winner gets the mayor's grand prize. Beautiful flowering trees are growing in just about everybody's yard. So kids learn to pick the flowers and make leis, and they sell them at the side of the street like you might have a lemonade stand. Then it's time to celebrate with lots of music and dance. That's why the kids have been practicing so hard. Good job, guys. And of course, there's the luau. What's a luau? It's a special, gigantic feast. There's usually a whole roasted pig, lots and lots of great side dishes, and plenty of fresh fruit. Luau's are a time for music, the hula, and lots of entertainment. And afterwards, you can cool down with a delicious Hawaiian treat called guri guri. Oh man, looks like it's time to head back already. Remember how I said aloha could mean a lot of different things? Well, there's another way to say goodbye besides goodbye or aloha. First, you put your hand up like this, then you put down 3 fingers, so all that's left is your pinky and your thumb, and you shake it a little, and that's called a shaka. And it can mean so many things. It can mean hello, goodbye, hang loose, which is surfer talk, see you later, right on, things are great, take it easy, man. I guess you can't go wrong with this. So thanks, Hawaii, it's been fun. Time to head home. time to open up our packet and see what we have to remind us of our trip. Let's see, to start with, there's a lei. You see, when you land in Hawaii, the first thing they do is greet you with a warm, warm aloha and put a lei around your neck. It's a symbol of love, friendship, honor, and greeting. That's really sweet of them. All right, in here is also a brown paper bag and this page of shapes. That's for our craft that we're going to talk about in a minute. Then there's some paper umbrellas. Now these are just for fun, but I put them in there thinking sometime this summer when you're having a nice cool drink, maybe you're having some lemonade, you can pop one of these into your cup and remember those beautiful beaches, all the crazy colored sand in Hawaii. There's 2 recipes this week. One is for moco loco. Now, this is a dish that was created at a diner in Hilo on the main island of Hawaii in 1949. You see, some teenagers had been running around having fun, and they decided they wanted something really good to eat, something filling, but they didn't want a sandwich. So they asked the cook at the diner if he could make something that wasn't a sandwich. And the moco loco was born. Now, it's a bed of rice with a hamburger on top, some delicious soy sauce gravy, and then get this, a fried egg on top of that. I had it for supper last night, and I have to tell you, it was a hit. Delicious. So, the other recipe we're going to have is guri guri. Now, that's a frozen dessert. It was invented by Mr. Tasaka when he was living in Japan about 102 years ago. It's a long time, isn't it? He then moved to Hawaii, to the island of Maui to be specific, and he opened up a shop where he sold this treat. That shop is still in business, and his grandson, who's quite elderly already, he is still protecting the secret recipe of guri guri. They still only sell 2 flavors of guri guri, strawberry and pineapple. But what is it? It is a dessert, kind of like a sherbet. It is made from sodas, flavored sodas, juices, and sweetened condensed milk. And I've been eating this too, and it's really good. I gave you the recipe. You can use any flavored soda you want, and I would love to hear what wacky flavors you come up with. All right, now we're ready for the craft. We're going to make our own tiki statues. Now, what is a tiki statue? It's a statue made of water stone, traditional to the Hawaiian, Polynesian, and native New Zealanders. They can be any size, everything from huge statues that stand outside your house to small little amulets you can wear around your neck, and they're very popular souvenirs. They often represented the Polynesian gods, and they tended to be kind of fierce and creepy looking. They represented things like the ocean, the earth, the sky, strength, and peace, and they were made to honor those gods in return for protection and good fortune. So they're kind of a good luck charm. Now, we're going to make our own. All you need to do is take your paper bag, and you might want to put something in it, a rock, some wadded up newspaper, whatever, just to give it some heft and body so it doesn't tip over. Then, all you need to do is flip over the top a little bit. Then, you can either use tape, stapler, or glue for any of this. You seal that, color and cut out which pieces you want to use. I included 1 head mask, 2 mouths, 2 noses, and these are palm leaves. And I have assembled mine, and I should probably give him a name, huh? I think I'll name him after one of my favorite Hawaiian people. I'm going to call him Keanu. So Keanu's going to sit here and give me good protection from any kind of danger, and he's going to give me strength and peace. And with that, all I can say, guys, is it's been really fun to be with you since January doing these countries. And I want to say a nice warm aloha. Bye-bye.